The living beings on earth need to depend on the light, air, water, and other natural elements for their survival. Human beings, like other animals, need to depend on these for their survival. We need to live, we need water, light, and air to live and to survival in the earth. Okay, the human being killing nature to fulfill their unlimited desire in spite of realizing nature as a wonder be appreciated. They are using nature only as raw material. As a result, the house sparrow, which were part of everyday life, have become a rare sight now. Industrial Revolution. Trade and commercial revolution have severely affected the environment. The big industrialists are all desperately trying to establish their control over the natural wealth. As a result, now problems have cropped up. Communities are becoming victims of new health problems. In a nutshell, millions of people are facing serious problems because of the destruction of natural wealth. During the second half of the 20th century, environmental awareness movements started in order to enlighten people about importance of the environment. In the 1970s, the environmental movement started as a global campaign and it also reached Karnataka. With the beginning, mining in the Western Ghats, environmental protection movement became invincible. Have you seen this person? She's a Salumarada Timmakka, 85-year-old. Salumarada Timmakka is the mother of 284 trees. Though illiterate, she had educated everyone around her about environmental protection. So, Tunga River protection drive agitation started after the people realized that the river was getting polluted. The forest of Sahyadri mountain ranges slowly started vanishing to grow and protect trees and to prevent their distraction. Movements like Chipko and Apiko started in various regions. The forest department started planting important plants like Nilgiri and acacia. This project is called social forestry. Environmentalists protected against the planting of Nilgiri as it would push the groundwater table level down. The other moments are agitation against seabird naval base in Karwar. Already we have learned about it. Naval base in our last lesson, the force. So, and Kangetrik Nagarjuna power generation plant in the coastal belt, preserve tanks agitation, Upper Bandra project, opposition agitation, preserve Kaban Park Drive, movement opposing Kargil seats and oppositions to industrial cities are few to name. See, the Karnataka. Now, the farmers' movement. Since ages, farmers have been called as a backbone of the nation, but facilities were never given to keep this backbone stronger. Even today, our farmers have remained in helpless situations. Industrialists decide and fix the price of their product, but farmers have not been able to do this for their produce. They are always at the mercy of the rain god too. Whenever the governments failed to come to their rescue, farmers have traded the path of agitation. Many farmers have become martyrs in this process. Though the farmers are fighting for their rights, a life of happiness has remained elusive. Still, most of the farmers' agitations were against the landlords. The first farmers' movement that took place after the independence is in the year 1951 in Kongodu of Shivamogga district. They launched their movements against the measuring instrument named Kolaga that was used to measure produce grown by tenant farmers. In the 1950s, the socialists organized farmers' movement in Uttara Kannada district. In 1972, GRAB, the land movement, took place in Kolar. In 1980, farmers from Malaprabha river belt raised their voice when their cotton crops failed. Some farmers died due to police firing. The farmers continued non-cooperation struggle. More farmers from Navalagun, Naragun and Savadati lost their lives in this struggle. Now the farmers' organization. Karnataka Rajya Raita Sangha was formed first in Shivamogga, and it took up local farmers' issues. Karnataka Pranta Raita Sangha, Kisan Sabha, Dalita Sangarsha Samiti, Raita Kuli, Karmikara Sangha, and many other associations voiced the issues of farmers. Save Kannada movement or Protect Kannada movement. After 1960s, when the speakers of other languages started creating disruptions in Bangalore, A.N. Krishna Rao, Chidananda Murthy, M.N. Ramamurthy, Vatal Nagaraj. These are the persons in the Save Kannada movement. You know Vatal Nagaraj organizations. Karnataka Yuva Rajya Sabha, Kannada Jagruta Parishat, Kannada Shakti Kendra. These are the organizations are formed to save Kannada movement. Next, Gokak movement. In the sense, The 1980s was a period of agitation for securing the existence of Kannada language. In 1982, a decisive historical struggle began with the demand for implementation of Gokak report. The whole of these are the Kannada writers. Gokak report, the whole of the Kannada community came together and participated in this agitation. The linguistic minorities in Karnataka were adamant in saying that they would not learn Kannada but get educated in their mother tongue itself. The important slogans of Gokak agitations were name is Karnataka, let the breath be Kannada. Let Kannada three-way towards that we strive. Implement Gokak report. Let Karnataka be filled with the fragrance of Kannada and many others. So, this is a lesson of pro-people movement of Karnataka, only which is there completed, and write the notes neatly. Thank you.